In this video, we will talk about the triangle angle sum theorem. So this theorem says the sum of all three interior angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. So if we have some triangle here and we have three interior angles, this theorem says the sum of these three angles must add up to 180 degrees. So knowing that, let's work through a few examples of how we can use this theorem to find some missing angles in triangles. Okay, let's say we have this triangle right here and we're told this angle is 35 degrees, this angle is 85 degrees, and we want to find this missing angle. Let's call it x. How can we do that? Well, we know that 35 plus 85 plus whatever x is must add up to 180. So we can solve for x, we can figure out what x is by simply subtracting a 35 and subtracting an 85 from this left-hand side and from this right-hand side. So we get x is equal to 180 minus 35 minus 85. So when we do this, we get 180 minus 135, that's 145. And then 145 minus 85, that's 60. So we find that x is equal to 60 degrees. So this angle right here is 60 degrees. And we can verify that that's the correct answer by just adding up these three angles and making sure that they add up to 180. So if we do 60 plus 85 plus 35, we should get exactly 180 degrees. So let's see if we do 0 plus 5 plus 5, that's 10. We'll write the 0 here and the 1 up here. 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. 15 plus 3 is 180. So we do indeed get 180. All right, let's try another example. Let's say we have this triangle. We're told this angle is 30 degrees. This angle is a right angle, or 90 degrees. And this angle is equal to 66 plus x. And we want to figure out what is x. So the way that we can do that is by recognizing that these three angles must all add up to 180. So what we can say is 30 degrees plus 90 degrees plus 66 degrees plus 6, since this little piece right here is this angle, must be equal to 180 degrees. So we can solve for x. So 30 plus 90, that's 120, plus 66, that's 186. So we get 186 degrees plus x must be equal to 180 degrees. So to solve for x, we can subtract a 186 from both sides, and we find that x is equal to 180 minus 186 is a negative 6. So that's our final answer. And if we plug in a negative 6 right here, we'll find that 66 plus a negative 6, that's equal to 60. And if we do 60 plus 30, that's 90, plus another 90, that is 180. So these three angles would indeed add up to 180 degrees, only if x is equal to a value of negative 6. All right, let's try one more example. This one's a little bit different. Let's say we have this triangle where we're told that this angle is a right angle, so 90 degrees. This angle is equal to some value called 7x minus 10, and this angle is equal to some value called 3x. And we're told that this angle right here, we're going to call that angle A, and we want to find angle A. So how can we do that? Well, first we have to use the triangle angle sum theorem, which says these three angles must add up to 180. So if we set all of these equal, if we add these up and we set them all equal to 180, we can solve for x. And then once we know x, we can solve for this angle A. So let's do that. So let's say this angle right here, this is 90 degrees. So we'll say 90 plus this angle, so 7x minus 10, plus this angle, so 3x, these must all be equal to 180 when we add them together. So let's solve for x. So we get 90 minus 10, that's 80. So we'll say 80 plus 7x plus 3x, that's 10x, is equal to 180. Now to solve for x, we can subtract an 80 from each side. So we're left with 10x is equal to 180 minus 80, that's 100. To solve for x, we can divide both sides by 10. On this left-hand side, these 10s cancel out, and we're left with x is equal to 100 divided by 10, which is 10. So if x is equal to 10, then angle A is equal to 3x. We'll say angle A is equal to 3 times 10, which is equal to 30. So angle A is 30 degrees. So that's how we can use the triangle angle sum theorem to solve that particular problem.